Right, people. It is time to start the last DLC. I think, like I was saying before, I think this is probably going to take 2 streams because I'd quite like to do all of the side quests and stuff as well. So I think this takes place in a completely new area, but we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. Right, here we go. Sid, I shall not waste time mincing words. Leviathan's dominant is in need of rescue, and despite my innumerable misgivings about joining hands with an outlaw of the highest disrepute, the dame has assured me that there is none better suited to the task at hand. I dare not reveal more for fear this missive could fall into the wrong hands, but if what little I have penned here has kindled your interest, I bid you journey to the Vale in Northreach and inquire with one Layla. She will surely see you satisfied.
Leviathan the Lost? But why now? After all this time?
Why, what now?
Yeah, the last DLC ever, yeah.
I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you.
After all we've been through. I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there.
God, it's like swanky stored as well.
I see we're all here.
So, what is it this time?
I'm not sure yet. The letter delivered to my chambers omitted a few crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted. But whoever the sender was, it seems the dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time. It must be important.
Important might be an understatement. If the letter is to be believed, Leviathan's dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
But why the gap? I know it can be a few years before a new dominant's born. But over a century?
Should the dominant of Water's bloodline have been severed somehow, it could have prevented a new dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time. Every nation in the realm has lost its dominant. If word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
And the twins will be at war again, just when humanity most needs to come together. Did the letter say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person. And that the Vale can arrange a meeting.
If nothing else, you can be certain it ain't a trap.
Famous last words. I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you. Both of you. And Otto?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on things here. Didn't fancy coming anyway.
Thank you. I shall leave the Invincible in your capable hands.
We're going to get some more nice music here. I mean, there's chocolate with alcohol in it, isn't there? So that is a good segue, I'd say. Okay, yeah, same as the last one. Right. Let's go and find Layla. I'm assuming this is going to take us to, like, up here, maybe. It's just an area we haven't been to before.
The Vale it is then.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Looks like you've got a thirst.
But enough talk. How about we...
Fancy a peek behind the veil, my lord?
Yes.
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found one. So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
Jill with her hand on her hip.
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
We're here about the letter.
Oh. Sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Specifically.
A location, north of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay. There you'll find a tent, and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all. Nothing else.
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand. Few venture into the Royal Meadows anymore, so you won't be overheard.
Like, Clive was just
Does
about to
anyone
get in
else
trouble
think
with
it's
Jill there.
strange that this woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town?
What if she realizes the value of the information she's party to?
And the danger it puts her in.
Haven't seen any of those.
The eyes of Ganon are everywhere. Which game was that from? Was that Breath of the Wild?
The Duke has pledged to work with the people of Northreach to rebuild.
Oh, Zelda 2. I never played Zelda 2. I've got quite a few gaps in my Zelda repertoire.
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
No one.
It's empty. Why am I not surprised? A boat. No prizes for guessing who that belongs to.
You got a thing for Ganon, Mole?
The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the moats of water.
Tributary? Water? I see what they're doing.
The moats of water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yes, that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
Vanished. Was exterminated. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Grieger's faithful for over a century.
Got another Geordie.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
The surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty.
So in other words, you know nothing. Not that I'll hold it against you.
Sass.
The wave was raised by Leviathan in an act of rage.
Cool weapon.
Moments before the waters were stayed, and the icon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to?
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say? Will you help us?
What exactly did your dominant do to warrant this punishment?
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born. But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
As do we all. Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
Lead the way.
New friends. Okay, so it's on like an island. Oh, okay. Along the coast. The Lost Cloak. If you manage to navigate the cloak's narrow mountain-top pass without plummeting to your death, you will be rewarded with a breathtaking view of blighted wasteland stretching from the... Is it Oily Fist Bay to the Sea of Grace? I think that's how they said it. I couldn't remember. There's some pretty good views in this game. Case in point.
Alright, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
I'm blind! So bright.
Oh, that was worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you?
No.
Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day.
Ooh, pretty. Wait, how are you going to make me blind? I don't want to be blind.
And that concludes our little voyage. We're here.
Torgal's desperate to get off the boat. It's alright, I'll just block the redeem. Is that actually what the font is, Alexa?
It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb.
Oh, Law and Order font. Okay. I've never seen that. That's not a show they really show over here. Already got some nice music. Quite relaxing.
Finally.
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Of course it is.
Anything behind us? Can we actually go back down there? Oh no, it just takes us to a loading screen. Oh, Torgal!
After it.
He's a good boy. Yeah, no, Law and Order's not really been a thing over here. I think it's more of an American show, isn't it?
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous.
Wow, that's a lovely
If
view.
not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Look how nice
Thank you
this
for the
looks.
warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me.
It's nice to have a blue sky. It's been a while.
I was wondering when they'd pick up our scent.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Oh, will you now? Shall I keep my axe and spells to myself?
Spells, yet I see you carry no crystal.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
I'm rejecting that, Crow. Save your points. What's the point in making me blind for a fight that I can do, like, blindfolded? Yeah, that you certainly wouldn't want to run into those plants in a back alley, would you? I think I won that one.
We're almost at the summit. From there, you'll have a better view of our home.
Oh, this is going to be a nice view, isn't it?
Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
Wow. That looks great.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so...
Green?
so...
Alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, man, this DLC looks gorgeous so far.
It's beautiful, Shula.
And we aim to keep it that way.
Hopefully we don't destroy it by the end of the DLC. Ah, looks like there's a little cave there. Oh, it's inaccessible. I wondered if it was... I actually didn't think it was going to go anywhere. So I guess that'll be for later. Yeah, they've done a good job, haven't they? Absolutely not, Crow. I actually can't even do it now, I don't think.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
I think I'd have to go through the entire game again and finish it again. Decent XP there.
If the surge was an act of rage...
One wonders what prompted it.
Damn, look at that. Is that a... I'd love to be able to see what that looks like if you were to go close up on it now. Because it almost looks like a skybox. Like the ice part. This takes place before the point of no return, yeah. You have to, I think you have to have finished every side quest or like some key side quests to get to this point. Giant wasps. It's not what you want to see, is it? Nice. Oh, what's up here? We got a chest. Secrets. Reflection of fire. Phoenix shift. Okay. Residual fire ether that, having failed to dissipate on the battlefield, has instead manifested into a solid form, not unlike crystal, but with an elemental purity that renders it far more potent, not highly specialized in its applications. Enhances Phoenix Shift, increasing both movement speed and distance. I've actually not ever used Phoenix Shift, but that actually sounds alright. I didn't really think it was worth the having it as a move on my bar. I mean, I'll be able to do this. It might take a couple of goes, maybe. I've got so many potions, though. I should be able to tank most fights at this point, unless I get one-shotted, which could happen. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're having a fight now, then, are we? Okay. That was loads of XP considering how easy they were to kill.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay.
Yeah, sorry. We got Bambi's mum as well. And Bambi's mum's friends. What's off to the right here? Any cool secrets? It looks like it's probably going to be a spot for a boss battle of some kind. I'd imagine. This place is lovely. There was a Bambi 2, wasn't there? I think. Never saw it. I think it was one of those straight-to-video Disney films, wasn't it?
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Does everyone have
Open
white
the
hair?
gates! The tributary is home!
Everyone's got white hair. Haven.
Outsiders? Well, I never. Look at the size of that dog.
All right now, back to your duties. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
What's that, Mole?
Then we are honored to be the first.
This is quite extraordinary. Like stepping into another world.
So do you believe me now?
No.
You've made it difficult not to, my lady. But how did your people chance to settle here in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called the coasts of southern Ash their home. Until Drake's Horn fell and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of import. We can speak more inside, once the place is ready to receive you. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Thank you. We'll do just that.
Gonna go and loot all the chests. First thing we do. That's a nice place. Lion King's great. I think my favourite, like, highly regarded Disney film is possibly Aladdin. my favourite hidden gem is either Rescuers Down Under or Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Oh, Moll, it's great. It's really, really good. I only ever saw a few of the direct-to-video films, but I seem to remember the second, was it Return of Jafar, was okay? It's only okay, though. They're not, like, they're nowhere near as good as the actual films.
That'll be them, then. Don't look like much, if you ask me.
All right, bitch. Oh, you like the first Rescuers? The first Rescuers is good, but Down Under, I don't know, is something special about that film. It's got some amazing, amazing bits in it. Ageless odorament? Or adorament? Oh, is that the third one? Crow. We'll have a quick butcher around here. Birds. What a nice place. Yeah, I never did see the third film. I mean, there's a reason they go straight to video. They're not the best, are they?
Grandad, tell us another story about the witch.
But considerably cheaper to make. Chocobo. Not finding much loot around here, guys. This is very poor.
The tributary is in the Witten Hall, as you should be.
I'm having a wander.
Did you hear that, girl? You're going with father today.
If you don't mind, Manda, I'm in a hurry.
I love chocobos. It's kind of distressing that they eat them in this.
How long do you think this?
Where's all the loot? Might be in some of the houses, maybe. Yeah, I'm not a fan of musicals, Alexa, either. Not like full-on ones, anyway. I have to watch Rescuers again. I don't think I've seen Rescuers for about 30 years. Do I like chocobos because it starts with choco? Probably. Let's face it. That's probably why. I don't think they made of chocolate, though. I mean, maybe. Ah, these bumholes don't have any treasure.
That'll be them, then.
Might be in the houses. I don't know if we can access a lot of the houses until we've probably pushed. Unless we push the plot forward.
Oh, do you think he bites?
Did you guys ever watch any of the Don Bluth films?
Welcome to Haven. The tributary awaits you within the Witten Hall.
I haven't seen all of them, but it started popping up again in my Twitter feed recently. Like Don Bluth himself. And sorry, just hit the mic there. And remembering back, they're pretty traumatic as a kid, but God, they're so good. My favourite growing up was... what was it? American Tail. It is an incredible film. So well animated as well.
So what do you think of our little haven in the woods? It might not have all the comforts of a southern settlement, but at least it's ours.
And there's a lot to be said for that. It can't have been easy keeping this place a secret.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated our lives to maintaining the glamour that conceals us. Us and Walyas.
This man, Walyas, is he Leviathan's dominant?
That's right. Though he's no man, Walyas is still a baby.
A baby?
Forgive me, but you said that the Dominant and his icon were bound inside the Surge almost a century ago. That would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age. But the spell robbed the poor bairn of even that.
Hello, John.
I'm sorry.
Walyas was the son of my great-grandfather. Leviathan awoke within him almost immediately. But instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community, my ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly for them, the icons sensed their treachery and summoned a wave so large it would have swallowed the entire village if my ancestors hadn't stopped him.
Then it is not the surge that binds the child, but time itself.
Yes.
Forgive me. I'm still not sure I understand.
I'm not surprised. It isn't the easiest thing to explain. Which is why it might be better if I took you to see him. Show you exactly what he has to endure.
That is why we came.
Then let us be off. There's a road that leads north from the village. It'll take us right into the Surge.
Looks like these guys are based on like sort of like a Nordic type environment. Why, aye, man, yeah. There's a lot of Geordies in this, John.
We are, Delina. Have you spread the word about our guests?
I have. Everyone knows to treat them as family.
You shouldn't have any trouble now, but just in case, I would have you accept this symbol of our people.
Ceaseless Rill.
That's very kind. I look forward to meeting the family.
The feeling's mutual.
Should the tributary be indisposed, feel free to ask me any questions you might have regarding the village, and I'll do my best to answer.
Thank you. We will.
John, how have you been,
Then I
dude?
bid you good tide.
Been good? I've only seen bits of Secret of Nim, Alexa, but it's from what I remember, it's very good.
Lies across the bridge. If you're short of supplies, you may find what you need there. Though we will have to ask you for recompense, poor as we are.
Ooh, so we've got a couple of side quests here that actually give us some items. Or some kind of upgrade. So we'll do those first.
Sid!
Hello.
You are Sid, aren't you? The man the tributary told us about? I wonder if you could help me.
With what exactly?
Oh, nothing too troublesome. Do you know my husband, Pavat? He's the village smith, among other things. Anyway, his name day's not far off, and I wanted to make a gift for him. He's a craftsman, you see, and he's been fretting about running low on the flowers he uses for dye making, so I wondered if you might collect some for me and give them to him.
Would this gift not be better coming from you?
Perhaps, but it can't, for reasons I can't go into. Please, I know it sounds daft, but I'd be ever so grateful.
What? All right.
Fine. Which flowers does your husband need?
The sweet little blue ones that grow around the fount. Elders' blessings, they're called. We use them to dye our fabrics so we always feel close to water like they are. You don't need to go to the trouble of picking them yourself, though. Just speak to the field hands and ask them to share their harvest with you. 2 basketfuls should be enough for my husband to be getting on with.
2 basketfuls it is.
Clive's like, I'm trying to save the fucking world, mate. You're making me pick flowers. I guess it's a nice break.
I'm not arguing. The child.
I think Secret of Nim is the one which the clips have been popping up with on Twitter.
Excuse me. I wonder, might you be able to spare a basket of Elder's blessings? Pavard's wife tasked me with collecting some for her husband, and suggested that I speak to you.
Ah. Werda wants you to bless her better half with the fruits of our labour, does she? Go on then. Give the old fool something to squirm about.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't worry about it. An old fool Pavard may be, but if you come bearing gifts, he's not fool enough to turn you away.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you.
I didn't ever see much of Catherine Tate. You don't have much of a history of Disney movies, Crow. It was pretty much what we grew up on when we were younger. I think we managed to see a good, well, probably about 80% of the ones that came out at the time.
Ah, welcome to Haven, friend.
Thank you. Forgive my presumptuousness, but the smith's wife has asked me to make her husband a present of some Elder's blessings. 2 basketfuls, to be precise.
Well, I have 1, if that's any help.
It is. I'm much obliged. They really are beautiful.
Aren't they just? Though that's not the only reason they have a special place in our hearts. Legend has it that when our people fled from Ash, the tributary of the time took some seeds with them. And as they wandered high and low across the Twins, he'd plant them wherever they stopped for water. Every elder since has done the same. So when we finally put down roots here in Mysidia, the flowers did too.
I didn't really see them.
That's 2 basketfuls.
Didn't really see them at the cinema mall. We usually rented them from the shop down the road.
What do you want?
Your wife asked me to bring you these flowers.
So the Elder's blessings that grow by the water's edge yield a lasting blue dye with which the motes of water are wont to stain their fabrics. This much is known. Quite weirder. I forget how she says it now. The wife of Haven's leading artisan Pavat needs Clive's assistance in restocking her husband's supply of the flowers remains a mystery. Not Blockbuster, no, it was just a little, it was called M&W's.
Woman. Come out, I know you're there.
It was like a small chain.
Who? Me?
Would either of you care to explain what's going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deceive you. It's just, my husband can be a bit standoffish at times, and I thought this might be a good way for the 2 of you to get acquainted. What with you being a swordsman like, and him being the only smith in the village. It'd be a shame if you couldn't turn to him for help.
The only reason he couldn't turn to me for help is because I had my hands full with all the orders you lot dumped on me. I'm pretty much done with them now, though. But, for the record, the tributary said that we were to lend you outsiders our aid, and that's exactly what I was planning to do. With or without my darling wife's meddling. Still, here we are. Acquainted. So, if there's out you need, just bring us the materials, all right?
All right.
All right, then. And tar for the flowers. I was running low.
You use them for dyeing, I hear.
Aye. Crush the petals and it makes a fine and lasting blue. We use it to stain the cloth for our tunics and pennons.
Look at that. Sound shower colours.
Remind us where we come from, like.
As modes of water. Children of the sea.
That's right. The pattern too was left by our ancestors. The Ceaseless Rill, it's called. It symbolizes the river of our tribe, with the strength of Leviathan running through it. And no matter how that river has ebbed and flowed, changed its course, the flowers have always been with us, growing on our banks. I should get back to work. If you need something crafting, let me know.
I will. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Wasn't it just?
Oh, interesting. What's this one do? Enhances Titan's iconic feat, Titanic Block, making it capable to block attacks from behind while restoring a small amount of HP regain gauge. Again, quite good. But I don't use the Titan ability now. Haven Foundry now available. You guys, like, I think you overestimate how blind I actually am. It's not like I'm completely blind without my glasses.
What is it you want?
Okay, so can you make anything different? Not currently. Oh, we can... Oh, shit, I didn't even think of this. We can actually make the fallen stuff better. Living tissue. Oh, I guess I might as well. For the moment. Let's try it. Fallen bracelets.
Will that do, yeah?
Oh yeah, though they gave me enough materials to upgrade both of them fully.
Done.
So might as well. Fallen belts, yeah.
Better than you.
I'm sure we'll probably get something that's going to be better than those very soon.
Good side to you.
Cheery, what's up, dude?
Where in the blue heavens is that?
I am feeling the DLC. I'm really loving how beautiful the area is. We did the Echoes of the Fallen one earlier as well. Thanks again for the tip, by the way, Chewy. It's very kind. I wouldn't have got this like anytime soon if you hadn't done so. So I appreciate it. Yeah, you better not try and take my bickies. I'll have you.
Oh, I'll have her hide when she gets back. Oh, sorry. I was leagues away. How can I help you? If you're after something from the storehouse, it's actually my wife you'll want to talk to. She will have to charge you for the goods, though. Not that we'd fleece you or anything. It's just, you know, needs must.
I understand.
Saying that, she might not be able to get anything down for you for a bit.
Ah, right.
She's got her hands full with the inventory, you see. It should have been my daughter's job, really, but the willful little Rills decided to make herself scarce. The heavens only know where that girl's got to.
If you'd like me to keep an eye out for her.
Oh, no. I couldn't ask that of an outsider. Could I? You wouldn't mind?
All right.
Of course not. She won't have gone far, will she?
I hope not. But I've scoured the entire village for her and come up empty-handed. Can't help thinking she might have gone on another one of her little adventures.
Ah, a free spirit, is she?
Aye, that she is. Can't get her to sit still, especially once she heard you lot were on your way. Outsiders! You should have seen her little eyes light up. Oh, if she wanted to watch you arrive, she'd have made for the low gate where you first came in. The guard there might have spotted her. Maybe you could ask him. Ruka, her name is.
All right. I'll let you know if I find her.
As in Veruca.
Try not to worry.
You like seeing people play this? It's really good. It's like it's just nice to come to an area with like green and like the blue sky and just lots of trees and stuff. You know, being back where all the blight and shit is.
Hear me, mine ancestors.
It's not the greatest. Bazooka that Veruca. Oh my god, I haven't heard that for a long time.
Excuse me. You haven't seen the storekeeper's daughter, have you?
Little Ruka? I have, as it happens. She went out through the gate not long ago.
Out of the village? Alone?
Aye, she does it all the time. There's a path off to the left which leads down to the river.
Oh, there you go.
Nice little spot, that. It's safe as you like. The beasts of the mountain don't dare come so close to the village. That's where she'll be. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
I will.
Oh yeah, the music's incredible. I noticed that I don't know if this is correct, but it sounded like it. The Omega fight sounded like it had a bit of the twinning from FF14 in it.
This must be the path.
Also, is this like, has this got something to do with FF14? Because I've heard the term glamour before, but only in relation to that game, I think. Ah, right. So it's, okay, so it's kind of gone full circle then. That's interesting.
It's you! I've been looking everywhere for you.
You must be Ruka.
You know my name? Can you lot read minds?
Your father asked me to keep an eye out for you. You left without telling him where you were going. He was worried.
But I went to look for you.
Well, now you found me. What do you say we head back to the village and let your father know you're safe?
All right. And on the way home, you can tell me all about the world beyond the wall. I want to know everything.
It might take a while.
Everything might be a stretch.
Yeah, it's same devs, isn't it?
Thank you for bringing her home. And sorry for the trouble.
You
Oh, no. It was a pleasure.
You lot's a very
Daddy,
Geordie thing to
did
say,
you know that
Alexa.
our village is 10 times as big as Haven in the outside world? 10 times! Cities, they call them. And in these cities, they have great big walls and towers and castles.
Oh, to think I was worried. You can tell me all about the outside world later, Sweet Pea. Now go and help your mum with the stores.
All right.
Oh, okay. I
Thanks for putting
might
up
look
her
at that.
questions. She has a lot of them. One of the big ones being, what are the people beyond the wall like? Reckon you've made a good first impression.
Are we the only one she's ever met?
That you are. The rest of the world can't know we're here, so we'll have to be very careful who we're letting in and out. A few of us might make the occasional trip to shore for supplies, but for the most part, we'll make do with what we've got, including what the old Northerners left us.
Yes. You built on top of the old ruins, didn't you?
Well, they make for fine foundations. Their masons clearly knew what they were doing. That's one thing we don't have to worry about. Oh, it's everything else that's the problem. Medicines, metals for tool making, anything like that. We have to dress up as travelling merchants and make a trip to the outside and pray to every cloud in the heavens that nobody sees through us.
Which explains why you need Gil.
Aye. And now Rook is back, my wife should be free to assist you with any potential purchases. So please, do make good use of our stores, because we fully intend to make good use of your coin.
I'll be sure to keep my purse strings loose.
Just like us for our money. Yeah, I keep forgetting the Harpocrates thing. Aegis tallow. Rendered from the fat of boar or bison, or in the case of Mysidia, chocobo or ibex. Tallow is widely used in the manufacture of foul-smelling candles and oily soaps. Blacksmiths have also been known to employ the substance in the final stages of polishing steel. This particular sample appears to have been affected by a surfeit of ether, which has somehow slowed its degradation process, allowing it to maintain both its vibrancy and viscosity, despite having been left untouched for several decades. Alright, we've got the store. Money does make the world go round, it's true. Main theme for this DLC is the song from the announcement trailer for FF16 was never used in the base game. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is kind of poetic. Having this be the last thing they've made for it. Oh, yeah, there's nothing about glamour there, is there? Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye on this just to make sure. See if it pops up again. So Haven, a small village situated in the centre of Mysidia, the moats of water who established the current settlement nearly a century ago found their new homes amongst the ruins of pre-existing stone architecture. To ensure the existence of their people remains unknown, only a handful of Haven's residents are ever permitted to leave the village, and even then, usually only for the purposes of trade. The Surge. The towering wave, seemingly frozen in time for the past 80 years, due to its sudden appearance off Mysidia's Cape Nepto, immediately following the fall of Drake's Eye, scholars generally presume the two occurrences are related. According to Shula, tributary of the moats of water, the wave was not only summoned by Leviathan lost, but that the icon's dominant lies trapped within, victim of a terrible ritual that sought to harness his power. How do you say it? It's like Walias, isn't it? I think they said. Current dominant of Leviathan, born into the family of the tributary of the moats of water some 80 years ago. Soon after his birth and awakening as dominant, he was subjected to a sinister ritual in the hope of harnessing the power that slept inside him. Alas, all did not go to plan. Leviathan ran amok and summoned a wave that would have destroyed Haven, were it not for the second part of his family's plan, freezing the child and the world around him in time. Do you reckon this is related to Shiva, maybe? Oh, the old man probably has the logs for it, yeah. And Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the moats of water. Desperately seeking a means to free Walius from the prison created for him by her ancestors, she invited Clive and his allies into her hidden home. Though her strength may pale in comparison to that of her dominant guests, she is a skilled warrior in her own right, wielding both a weighty battle axe and the spells of Vera. She seems cool.
Thanks for bringing me daughter back. I don't grudge her looking for adventure, but she's got to pull her weight like the rest of us. Anyway, now we've got the inventory done, I can attend to my own tasks, like seeing to our visitors' needs. So, was the route you wanted? I will have to charge you.
Oh, look, there you go. Just got already got a better item. It is suspected that the dye made from flowers known as Elder's Blessings grown in Mysidia not only give the moats of water's clothing its vibrant blue hue, but that ethereal residue attributed to an ancient spell cast upon the land somehow increases the dye's permanence, which in turn renders the cloth applied thereto more resistant to both damage from external forces and natural degradation. All right. Well, I guess we're using that then.
Here you are.
And this one. On their 16th name day, every moat of water is fitted with a hand-carved wooden torque that they will keep for the rest of their lives. A vestige of their tribe's long years of wandering following the fall of Drake's Horn, in which the loss of members was commonplace. The ring represents a singular bond between the moats that transcends both physical and spiritual distance. Getting all the upgrades.
If you're sure you need it,
I'm actually going to buy this while I'm here.
may it serve you well.
Okay.
I'll be here.
What do I need to upgrade these basic ones for now?
What is it you want?
Or can I even do that? I don't think you can. Is it only greens and above? Yeah, I guess it is. I'm saying it now. Someone is going to give Clive massive tits when the PC one comes out. That's going to be like one of the first mods.
How long do you think this bridge is?
It's going to happen.
Suddenly,
I already saw people like memeing on his pecs back before I even touched the game.
off to the surge, are you? Well, just you stay close to the tributary. We don't want you getting lost in the forest.
Yeah, don't open the door for me or anything.
There's a pair of ships just up ahead.
Ships? But are we not still leagues from the shore?
Okay, this is a fairly big area. Is it that way? Yeah, this music's lovely. Let's go and have a look down here quickly. I notice we can't use our chocobo here. That makes sense. Oh, this is eerily quiet, isn't it? The green altar. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what they mod into the PC one, though. I think there'll be some good support for it, won't there?
The quickest route to the surge is due east, past the second galley.
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother? Did you have to ask?
Alright. Alright, all these are blocked off now, so I won't bother. Oh my god, tonberries.
Tonberries. Foul creatures consumed by their hatred for everyone and everything.
They look too big.
Everything save sharp knives, it seems.
Wow, they look way, like, super weird, like, realistic. Not sure I like that. They're usually, like, almost comically small, aren't they, in the other games? They also tend to kill you in one hit as well. Oh, really? They look like that in FF14 as well, then?
I can smell the sea.
It's not far now.
Let's have a quick look down here. Yeah, look, Chronos. I'm 14, they're tiny and cute as well. Okay. It's so unpredictable how these things move. That's a cool way to finish that fight. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything knocking around, does there? Wonder if there might be some treasure. Wow, we're getting deep now. It does, though, you're right. It definitely does. Wow, that looks so rad.
How will we reach the surge?
We'll follow the coastline north. There's a bridge that'll take us across to the cape.
Yeah, man, that looks so cool. I can't go down there yet. Let's go and grab this item, though. It is, isn't it?
You don't want to go down there. Trust me.
Oh, now I do.
I even want to ask why.
Yeah, you do. So there's going to be some mega creature down there, then. I wondered if it was a like a skybox, but that's a real object, isn't it? Like a 3D rendered object.
Might I inquire about the ray of light?
It's what prevents the surge from being reclaimed by the sea. And Dwalius by his people.
That's another dead end over there. I won't bother exploring until we're actually able to properly.
You said before that the child is bound within the surge. But you've yet to tell us how we're meant to reach him. I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed. And the wave's origin.
All right. It won't be the first dominant we've met at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I can't remember if I mean, they talked about Leviathan in the main game, though, didn't they? About how it was lost. I don't know if I remember seeing this wave or not. I think I must have. Surge. A lone wave rises to eternity, cursed never to break. Hands of time having stilled the rage of its tortured creator. Yeah, I can't remember if I actually like looked at it, or if I did, I probably didn't notice it or comment upon it.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walius's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes.
By the way, one thing
The forest grows quickly here.
I forgot to mention.
Left unattended, the path would be reclaimed in a matter of moons.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this at the end of at the beginning of this stream, but I didn't notice it at during the ending. But the book that's written, the Final Fantasy book, is by Joshua Rossfield. I thought it was about Joshua Rossfield. That's why it didn't like hit me. But actually, judging by that, it seems like Josh actually survived. After Clive had healed him, so that was cool. I was watching some other people's reactions, and then it kind of like clicked. But yeah, I didn't really take it in properly at first. So they had a crossover event in 14, and I now have Clive's clothes and a Torgal mount. Oh, that's so sick! Can you still get them? I'm gonna have to play those games at some point. Oh, sorry, that game and all the expansions. Damn, this looks so sick.
This way, Clive.
Does the light point the way to the child?
It does indeed.
It's like Marineford. So my theory is that Clive lived and wrote the book in Joshua's name, with how Harpocrates' side quest gave you a quill saying to one day write your story. Also Clive being the opening and closing narrator. Yeah, true. I mean, you don't actually see him fully turn to stone, do you? So it could be, yeah, Clive just taking Joshua's name like he did with Sid's. There was also, like, I was reading, there was a theory about how, due to, like, Clive losing the power of the dominance, or, like, getting rid of the power of the dominance, essentially, that he also got rid of the curse.
Look at all the droplets of water suspended in midair.
Which would support your theory.
They have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
It's not right.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was his just his hand, but it did progress from the beginning of the cutscene to the end. It's like at the beginning it was just the tips of his fingers, and then by the end of it, it was his whole hand. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those ones we're meant to not know about, I guess, isn't it? Oh, this looks so cool. That's scary. Look, can you imagine like having that wave coming towards you? Jesus.
There. Up ahead. Down in the center. Follow me.
Yeah, but the power of Ultima along with Phoenix could have potentially done it, maybe. That's what I was thinking. Oh, wow, it's literally a baby.
He's still primed.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear. And I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin, committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean?
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallace's icon?
I'd tell you you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Very well. Do what you must. And whatever happens, I will own the consequences.
Are you going to stop this giant wave?
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight.
No, he doesn't like it.
Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Is it done?
I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong.
It's a weird looking mermaid.
He wasn't just afraid. He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
Chewie, I think you might need to raise your standards slightly. Well, thank you for the hydrate. So we actually got another icon? Ah. You're a goner, mate. Oh no. It's alright, I feel much the same. Right, so tuning with the Leviathan not only changes the elemental aspect to Clive's magic spells, blah blah blah. Yep, we've got the usual. New iconic abilities such as Cross Swell, an inescapable rush of water that pummels enemies from multiple angles. Leviathan's iconic feat, Serpent's Cry, can be used to summon to Clive's off arm a sea-spitting serpent capable of dealing precision strikes to enemies at great distances. Pressing square in this state will unleash a tidal torrent, multiple bursts of water capable of forcefully knocking back smaller creatures, while pressing triangle will fire a powerful jet of water, a tidal stream, at enemies situated just outside melee range. Using these attacks will deplete your tidal gauge, becoming unavailable when the gauge is empty. The gauge will slowly replenish over time, but can be refilled quicker by pressing circle. Time a second press perfectly with the on-screen prompt to immediately refill the gauge, as well as earn unlimited ammunition for a short period of time. So it's active reload from Gears of War then. Tidal gauge is also replenished when successfully executing a precision dodge. We can roll! Okay! While using Serpent's Cry, press R1 again while dodging. Will cause Clive to roll in the air, extending the dodge even further. Tidal torrent can be used while rolling by pressing square. Okay, so we've got a water shotgun, essentially. Interesting.
Leviathan! No, just another. But a formidable adversary nonetheless.
Oh, I see. Oh, I like the dodge roll. That's so good.
It's over.
Yeah, the water shotgun's a bit weird, but quite like it. Oh, refill. I keep wanting to like dash forwards, but I'm pressing the wrong button here. It's interesting. I don't know if I'd use it over what I've got, but
well done, Toro.
it's good for raising this bar though. It's really good for raising that. Super Sokagun icon, yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. You also serve the square X combos as well. Yeah, I did those. The one where you like dash backwards and like you shoot a bunch of in the middle, like explosive ones. Aqueous Orb. It's been noted that in some early texts, our forebears would oftentimes refer to crystals as orbs. Is this like a materia? While the use of all capital letters to this day cannot be satisfactorily explained, the term itself is most likely one scholar's interpretation of texts transcribed from a much older language. This pale blue fragment taken from the body of Igi Pyrrhikos, however, is indeed an orb, Oh, a knife flawless and teeming with the wild walls and eddies of pure life energy. By no means does it warrant rendering in the uppercase. Why are they so why are they so mad about the fact that orbs is spelled in uppercase letters? You only use the double wave ability to group enemies, then use your usual big hitters, right? Yeah, I can see that working.
Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but... there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
I'm sorry, Walius. I will make this right.
It was though, wasn't it? Like half of that description was about how, why is it in capitals? I don't care, but actually we do care. Some arsehole probably misinterpreted it.
So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it? Does it hurt?
No. Not anymore, anyway.
Good. Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
Yeah, it's an interesting icon. I take it we've got... Do we actually have it on here? Yes. Alright, what do we actually have to look at here then? Serpent's Cry. Yeah, I really like the roll, actually. It's similar to Shiva's one, isn't it? Upgraded actions. Burning Blade has been acquired. Holding square will initiate a charged torrent. Charged magic has been acquired. Holding triangle will initiate charged stream. Plunge has been acquired. Yeah, we've got that. So we saw the tidal bombs thing. Extends tidal gauge. Extends unlimited ammunition period following a quick refill. Alright. And then you got Deluge. Okay, so that's really good for staggering. We've got gradually augments firing speed while active is ability is active, increasing maximum possible hit count. So I wonder if we did like that and the claw one, whether I could get that thing up to 200%. Cross swell. Extends range of swell, increasing its overall area of coverage. We've got Abyssal Tear. Rip open a slowly expanding gateway to the murky depths of the sea. And when the timing is right, summon forth an abyssal storm that hones in on nearby enemies. Oh, it's another like hold to charge sort of thing. I don't like those abilities very much. Yeah. Then we got Tsunami. That looks pretty cool. 85-second cooldown's quite cheap for that. Increases hits. How does that compare to Giga Flare? Oh, Giga Flare does more damage and has a smaller cooldown. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know if I should use it or not. I'm fairly comfortable with the ones I've got. What's the... Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, because Gouge has been very, very useful. What's the cooldown on Gouge again? 20 seconds. It's 15 on that. It does as much stagger damage as well. I might swap Deluge in for that. Yeah, I don't know if I want to... Like, Serpent's Cry, while useful, I don't know if I'd want to swap it. Tsunami's good for huge numbers of mobs. I think Giga Flare, but AoE instead of a beam. Yeah, I guess the thing is I haven't really been using... I use Giga Flare pretty much exclusively for bosses. Now let's upgrade that. And we'll upgrade that. Maybe I'll try swapping Gouge in. See, I want Deadly Embrace because that's so good for after staggering the enemies. I do really like Cold Snap. Thing is, actually, I think Leviathan might be better. I haven't really gotten the hang of the permafrost dodge. Haven't been using that as much, and actually the Serpent's Cry, it seems really good at getting the stagger bar up. I'll give it a go. Let's give it a try. Sorry, I meant to go back in here. Try swapping that out for Leviathan. And then... what should we do? See, I could have Gouge and Deluge. I don't know if that's mega overkill, though. Oh, I do lose... thing is, if I do that, I lose... what do you call it? Ice Age, which I've really, really liked because of how quick the cooldown is on it. So as we master Ice Age, we can put Ice Age there. And then I need to master Deluge as well. Slightly wasteful, but keep pressing the wrong button. Try putting that in place of Gouge, and we'll try that out. See how that goes. Oh yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, don't worry.
Look, Dad, the tree.
I want to see. I got the that thing that gets you up to like potentially 200% stagger. I haven't managed to get to it yet, so I wanted to see if I could get it up to 200% to see if see what it was like. So I could probably do Deluge and then use the Serpent's Cry to bring that up. Thing is, though, I'm potentially losing damage. Well, we'll see. I'll give it a go. We'll try it on the next boss. Or boss-like enemy. I just like the idea of the dodge, honestly.
To understand the spell which binds Walyas,
Oh, really?
we must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity. This tapestry is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own mother crystal.
I've heard that one before.
Yes, yet it gave them new hope, however false. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant. Well, yes.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the dome of light on top of the cliffs to the west? Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the Vare, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now, there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once. I fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.
You motherfuckers have got to stop making mother crystals. Chewie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get about halfway through here.
The rare is not easy to find. We must first head north and then west, deeper into the forest.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do about half tonight, and then I'll do the next half on the next stream, I think. Yeah, pretty much, Crow. Yeah, get it. I suppose get it tracked and signed as well, just in case it goes missing. And then I'll list it for you. Let's go and do this. Oh, we've got a couple of side quests, have we? Oh, we've got a shitload of side quests. Let's do the plus ones first. So you reckon I'm about a third of the way through the main thing now?
What is it you want?
Tide strike. Oh, it's actually worse. But we'll make it. You might as well. Surge did the tide, the water rising as if it were some mighty whale stranding itself upon the shore. That looks cool.
There. A good tide to you.
Be so fucked if that was better than Omega weapon, sorry.
I can't. Just try to breathe. That's it.
Is everything all right?
Ah, you're the outsider. I'm Fannet, healer by trade. And this is Talor, one of my patients. He took ill not long after you arrived.
Are you blaming me?
Nothing too serious, I hope.
I hope so too,
But?
This affliction, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. He complains of feeling chilled to the bone, but there's no fever to go with it. And my most powerful antalgic hasn't done a thing to ease the pain in his chest. I'm starting to wonder if his condition might require a different kind of treatment altogether. Shula said that you were here to help us. You couldn't help me, could you?
I'd be happy to.
I'd be happy to. If I can.
What's up, Nath?
You can, don't worry. All I need you to do is speak to Talor's son, Pavat, over at the forge, and ask if he knows what his father was up to before he came down.
Welcome back,
sick.
Alexa.
Something must have caused this, and I want to find out what. The trouble is, Talor's too weak to speak, and I can't leave his side for long.
Quests are going well.
So while you talk to Pavat, I'll pay his wife Werder a quick visit, just in case she knows anything.
Werder, that's it.
All right.
Dare I ask how much you're looking at spending on a motorbike?
Oh, do you need something?
This is the DLC, Kel.
Though not from the forge.
How you doing, man?
Fannet asked me to speak with you. She's looking into the cause of your father's illness and wondered if you could shed any light on the matter.
I see. Sorry. She shouldn't have dragged you into this.
It's no trouble, really. Tell me, did your father do anything out of the ordinary before he fell ill?
Not that I know of. But then I hardly see him. He's always out and about, like. Well, at least he was. Suppose he might have been a bit more fidgety than usual, but apart from that.
When you say out and about, where does he usually go?
Just round the village. Wanders over to Blazier's place most days. He's a fisher who lives on the other side of the fount. They're old friends. Maybe he knows something I don't.
Maybe. I'll go and speak with him.
I'll say no, 50k, fuck off. 6k seems about right. Oh, that sucks, Kel. Has anyone else run into the problem on like Twitter or anything?
Greetings, stranger. What can I do for you?
Your name is Blazier, is it not? Pavat tells me you're a friend of his father's, and that the two of you may have spent some time together prior to his illness.
His illness? Talor's never been ill a day in his life. I don't know why he'd start now.
Oh, Fanny doesn't know either. It was she who asked me to look into his recent behavior on the off chance it might explain how his condition arose.
Oh, I suppose there was something that struck me as a bit odd. He kept asking about the woods. Did you see anything strange on your way back from the shore? Are you certain? Do you swear? That kind of thing. I didn't, of course. But he wouldn't let it go. It was like he was expecting something to happen. It was just a matter of when. Not that I know what. But he never told me anyway.
Well, that certainly does sound unusual. And it might just be what Fannet is looking for. Thank you.
I don't mention it. Oh, and when you see Talor, wish him the best from me, yeah?
Aggressively, Geordie. Yeah, don't get anything you can't handle yet, Nath. I'd say. Get used to a bigger bike first. Can you not back up your save files in the cloud?
I spoke with Werder, but she couldn't tell me anything. Did you have any better luck?
Nothing conclusive. But there was one thing. Blazier, the fisherman, told me that Talor had taken a sudden interest in the forest of late. He kept asking him if he'd seen anything unusual there on his way back from the coast, but never let on what exactly he was expecting him to have seen.
The forest between here and the coast? Surely not. But then...
Is that in total, Chewie?
I can't say for sure. But I think Talor's illness might have some connection to the Tomberries. You may have encountered them during your time here. The small, scaly beastmen.
And you think they may have caused Talor's illness?
I do. At least in a way. And if I'm right, it's no wonder the treatments I've been trying didn't work. Oh, I know it's a lot to ask, but would you go down into Father's Fell for me? There's an altar there. And if my fears are true, an offering upon it.
What is going on here?
Please. I'll explain everything when you return, but time flows fast. I beg you, make haste for Father's Fell and take the offering from the altar. Talor's life may depend on it.
Very well.
Alright. Let's go and it's the green altar, there you go. Right. So does it count like the ones where you unlock the
I never should have let him go.
unlock the shop and the armor dude? Okay. That's not too bad then.
Before, we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is then.
Yeah, I'll do that one after. Always do these ones first.
If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark. What are they up to? Some sort of ritual.
Realistic Tomberries can't hurt you. They're not real.
Sorry to disturb you.
And you can pretty much stun normal enemies forever with this. It does alright damage, really. All things considered. It is just a water shotgun, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty powerful. They weren't prepping sarnies there, no, I don't think so. Yeah, absolutely, Kel, yeah.
Let's see what's on this altar then.
This is where it actually is a sandwich.
A silver chain. I doubt the Tomberries made it. This must be what Fennec was talking about.
I mean, it is a super soaker, really, isn't it?
You're back. Well, did you find anything?
Yeah, no worries, man. A string of finely wrought links found offered upon an altar in Tonbury territory, exactly as Mysidia's healer suspected. The delicacy of the metalwork combined with the fact that the attached pendant depicts the head of a dragon suggests that it is not the work of the beastmen.
I did. This silver chain.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still none the wiser.
Forgive me. This chain. It's a Gregorian Maternoster.
Worn by men of the faith. What's it doing here? And why would the Tomberries be praying to it?
To understand that, you need to understand what the Tomberries are. They feed on hatred and suffering. And some say that if you render them an offering, some token of grievance against your fellow man, they will put a curse upon him.
So you think someone's put a Tombury curse on Talor?
I can't say for sure. Truth be told, I always assumed it was an old wives' tale. But given his fear of the forest and the presence of the chain on the altar, I don't know what else to think.
Does Talor have any enemies in the village? Anyone who would nurse such a grudge?
No, I believe the one who left the chain at the altar was Talor himself.
I beg your pardon?
But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you attempt to curse a soul that has returned to the sea already, your ire has nowhere to go but back to its source.
You're saying he cursed himself?
In trying to curse another, aye.
When my father was younger, he was one of the few permitted to venture beyond the wall on trading expeditions. He told us that when he journeyed to Sanbreque, he'd wear that chain to disguise his true beliefs, lest Griega's faithful turn their cudgels on him.
Did they ever catch him in his deception? Might that explain the ill will he bears someone?
Not that he ever told me.
Come now. Let's not waste time speculating about Talor's past. We need to focus on the present, and that means finding a way to break the curse.
All right. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you. I shall.
Aye, and thanks for going to all this trouble. Here, it's not much, but I want you to have this. We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. Reacts to certain rare minerals we use in crafting. Makes
Oh.
them ring out like a bell. Stuff you'd have no chance of spotting otherwise. If you find anything, see that you bring it back to me. I can make you some decent gear with it. If you're interested, like.
I am, thank you. And I'll be sure to pay you a visit. Until then, I wish your father a swift recovery.
Okay. I am at work tomorrow, Mol, yeah. Unfortunately. Is it, Reese, that's very kind. Is it one of those ones that you can only use if you've never had Game Pass before? Do you know? Serpent Ring Design Draft. Diagram detailing the steps to craft a set of 4 rings believed to channel the might of the icon Leviathan. The Adderstone. By harnessing an aquamarine's peculiar ability to audibly resonate with other aquamarines, charms carved from the self-same musician gemstone called Adderstones by the people of the North can be used to locate other nearby sources. That is interesting. Cheers, Crow. Get in the fucking bin. There we go. You've attained the design draft for Serpent Rings, accessories that when equipped, enhance Leviathan's iconic abilities. To create these items, speak with Blackthorn in the Hideaway or Pavat in Haven's Foundry and select the craft option. Right, so you require materials only found here. Thing is, though, it's like accessories that aren't going to be that great, I think. There we go. Controller will also vibrate when in proximity. Fun. I want to see what the distance is on that. Yeah, it's new Game Pass members only. Yeah, they usually do that, unfortunately.
Bastard things.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone.
Oh, you've only got a couple of days to use it. What did you get it from?
Are you a rider by any chance?
I am. What gave me away?
Oh, I can smell it on you. The scent of the stables. And not just any stables. Something tells me you've never been one to ride half-starved birds with chine gall and wet beak. If I had a guess, I'd say your bird eats only the finest greens and has her feathers groomed twice a day with a curl hairbrush.
Nothing but the best for my Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, eh? Pretty name. What's she like?
Well, she's tall and strong. And her feathers are as white as snow.
You're joking. You've got a white chocobo.
I have, yes. I suppose they are rather rare.
This I've got to see. Can you bring her here?
What if I could? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so this is how we get to bring Ambrosia across, I guess. No, it doesn't, Reese, no. Discord gave you a month, okay. And the Nvidia app. It is a lovely village, isn't it? Very cozy.
I would if I could, but I doubt Shula's skiff could hold her.
Me dad's got a boat. And he's ferried chocobos before. You could get him to bring her. It'd be perfect timing and all. He's preparing for a trip beyond the wall as we speak. I'm sure he'd help you if you asked.
He would. Well, I don't suppose it would hurt to have Ambrosia around. All right then. Where could I find your father?
He'll be in the storehouse on the other side of the brook. Tell him Manda sent you.
Wait, what's that? Why is Molly proud of you? Molly. I'm gonna get in trouble now. Oh, first mods check, was that?
go alone.
I mean, I find it. I mean, while it was really bad, like it's an American thing, isn't it? So I don't know why we'd have a moment of silence for it. There's plenty of other like horrible events that have happened that we also don't have moments of silence for.
You one of the outsiders, then?
I
am. Shula invited me. Are you Manda's father?
I am. Got you running errands for her already, has she?
She's asked to see my chocobo, but I'd need your help and your boat to bring her here.
Or you could just say no.
No.
Honestly, that girl and her birds, she'll be growing feathers soon enough.
Well, truth be told, I didn't take the idea seriously at first. But thinking about it, it would make it easier to get around if I had Ambrosia here. Can you help?
Well, if you're sure that's what you want. The tributary says we're to treat you lot as we would each other. So, if you need me to ferry your bird over, then that's what I'll do. Still, they don't take the water easily. I'll need you to bring us a mimic gourd or two to keep her calm on the journey over.
And where would I find one of those?
Oh, don't ask me. It's been years since I last brought a chocobo across the bay, and I'm told the world's changed a fair bit since then. Where do you usually get your stable supplies from?
Well, the man who made Ambrosia's tack lived in Martha's Rest, and if I remember correctly, he traded in chocobo feed too. So I suppose I'll go and ask him.
I'll be sailing over to Northreach soon to pick up some supplies. While I do that, you collect your bird and your gourd, and then meet me by the shore. Just don't take too long, all right?
You guys are fucking funny. Alright, back to Martha's Rest. I wasn't sure if we were actually going to go back here. Yeah, it's a long way to come, isn't it?
We've got a few rooms going spare now. You want a bed for the night? You speak to Martha.
I remember you. You're the one who saved Whiteheart. How's the old girl doing?
She's very well. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. You're the one who saved her. Anyway, what brings you to the rest today?
I was hoping to purchase a mimit gourd. And I thought you might be able to tell me where I could find one.
Oh, reckon I could do better than that. Just so happens, I've got a whole cartload of the blasted things. Not a buyer in sight.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favor taking a few off my hands before they turn to mush. But just be on the lookout for wild birds, eh? Don't want them chasing after you like they did me.
I will. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Any friend of Whiteheart is a friend of mine. And in times like these, friends have got to stick together.
We certainly do.
As easy as that.
Wouldn't want to keep Manda's father waiting.
Travelled 1,000 miles just to get this. Wait, how long's it been now? How long's what been now? My knee's fucked. It's about 2 years now. They're not like that fucked. They're just quite sore. Wait, where are we going? Oh, near Northreach. Shit. Shit. Shit on it. Fuck's sake. Thank God there's no load times anymore, really.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Oh, over here, yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, we saw it during the when we found the tributary here. I could see it in the background then, but I don't think I'd like properly noticed it at that point. I just kind of like there. I think it probably just glossed over me as like another mother crystal. Do you know what I mean?
Ah, there you are.
Look at our girl.
This must be Ambrosia, was it? Oh, she's a real beauty, isn't she?
I have the mimic or two. Here.
Yeah, so what is it? Originally native to Ash, early trade... So it's a fucking pumpkin. Early trade between the twin realms saw the bright orange vegetable quickly spread across Storm, though unlike in Waloed, where it can be found in a variety of culinary creations from pies to soups, west of the author? The mimic gourd's use is almost solely limited to chocobo fodder, as it's found to induce a calming effect in ill-tempered birds.
Thank you kindly. Soon as she's gobbled this up, we'll set sail.
We're going to take a little trip across the bay now, Ambrosia. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
I've never heard of a pumpkin called a gourd. Oh, okay, it wasn't as detailed, was it, before? Right. That might be why I glossed over it.
Well, we made it.
You didn't all? She is as white as snow. You're beautiful, aren't you, girl?
Brave, too. She was calm as you like on the journey over. The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve her now.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
No. It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Anyway, thanks for bringing her here. I hope I can breed a bird like her someday.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach, you only need say the word.
Thank you. But I think we might explore Mysidia together. What do you say, Ambrosia?
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Not going to mess around with Ambrosia, are you? To be fair, my knees aren't that bad at the moment, for the most part. Okay, I think there's 2 more, was there? Yeah. Get those ones done.
Oh, I never should have let him go. Ty, take me. What am I gonna do? You've got to help me. Shula said you were a force to be reckoned with. Are you?
Why do you ask?
Hey? Oh, sorry. I should explain. My name's Kitav. I'm worried about a friend of mine. He went into the forest and he hasn't come back.
I need a bit of chocolate.
Find him?
I can try.
I can try. Tell me what I need to know.
Of course. You know about the glamour our ancestors cast to keep this place hidden, right?
Shula told us about it, yes.
Right. So you know the cairns we use to maintain the spell? Well, it's me and my friend's job to maintain them. If it weren't for the likes of us, it would have faded years ago.
So your friend went into the forest to visit one of these cairns?
Aye, that's right. He said he was going down to Father's Fell. There are 2 cairns out that way, one by the banks of the Swift Run and another near the Winged Wains, the ships in the forest.
All right. How will I know this friend of yours?
His name's Nassef. He's about my height, but clean-shaven. If you could track him down and see that he's come to no harm, I'd be much obliged. I'll search the village, just in case anyone's seen him, and meet you back here.
Very well.
Yeah, I always took gourd as something you drink out of.
One came by the ships, another by the river. Better get moving.
Right. See if I can find some of this these rare ingredients while we're out here.
Faster!
Kind of intrigued to see how far away you have to be from them to be able to see them. Oh, there you go.
Waters rise!
I summoned it. So an
This is the
aquamarine.
mineral Pavar was talking about. The one that rings out like a bell.
So it kind of rumbles slightly when you get close to it.
Run like the wind.
I'm probably going to be on for another hour or so. Well, maybe 2. If you've had a tiring day, though, I would suggest getting some sleep. None around here. Yeah, probably. I'm hoping Cheery will be able to tell me like roughly when I get halfway through.
Good girl.
Going hard tonight. I mean, it's just a normal stream. I just happen to stream quite long when I can. Yeah, no worries, Mel.
Well, here's the cairn. No sign of Nasef. To the riverbank, then.
I used to do 8-hour streams 5 times a week back in the day when I was when I did it full time. Admittedly, that was a while ago. If I do this, is this going to progress the next quest? Oh no, good. Okay.
Who have we here? I'm looking for a man named Nasef.
You
Hi.
found him?
I know him.
Oh no.
Takes care of the cans. Wait. You didn't think I was him, did you? Sorry, mate, I'm just out to gym myself a few ibexes. What do you want with the lad, anyway?
His friend, Katav, asked me to look for him. Apparently he ventured out to work on one of these cairns and didn't return.
Well, that is a worry.
You're a hunter, yes? You must know the woods as well as anyone. Can you think where he might have gone?
There's a bridge further down the path. Blasted thing got washed away a few moons back. Our carpenter only recently had time to rebuild it. But if I remember rightly, there is another cairn on the far side. Maybe he decided to visit that one while he was here.
Cheers, Chewy.
Maybe. It's worth a look, certainly. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'll keep an eye out too. Perhaps he just got delayed or something.
Let's hope so.
I want to, as soon as the side quests pop up, I want to do them. Basically. There's loads of little bits, isn't there, around here? Suspicious plant. I thought that might be an enemy. Those are. How well hidden are these aquamarines? You said there was 4 of them, didn't it? I kind of want to try. I'm going to try this out quickly. Wow, that really does stagger them quick. Yeah, I don't know if I like that as much as I have before. Yeah, I quite like I don't mind Deluge. I think that's quite good in terms of the stagger ability. But I'm actually not sure about Serpent's Cry. I guess it's worth keeping on just for the standard enemies. So if I just do essentially what I did before, so Deluge, then Ice Age, then Giga Flare, then what do you call it, Zantetsuken. That's probably the way to do it, I think. Thanks, Alexa. You can make 5 loadouts, yeah. I'm only really sticking to one though. I'm not flipping back and forth between them. Yeah, I haven't really experimented the most with them.
This must be the bridge the hunter was talking about.
Yeah, like it's quite good for taking out these guys. Yeah, I just haven't really found myself experimenting much with the iconic abilities. I've just been finding the ones I really like and then sticking with those. A bit crabby, yeah. Does anyone else, like, find crabs kind of frightening? I think they're creepy.
Stay away, damn you! Hold on!
Ah, so good. You bitch. Whoa, okay. Damn. Wait, you're out as in you're scared of them because they can hold knives. Fuck's sake, Crow. I think the little ones are cute, but the giant ones scare me. You know, is it like the coconut crabs? You know, the ones that are like, they hold onto the side of like bins and shit. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the tributary's guest. And you must be Nasef.
Japanese spider crabs. Yeah, they're horrible as well.
How do you know that?
Your friend Katav asked me to look for you when you didn't return.
Ah, I'm sorry. I was so focused on attuning the cairn, I didn't see those creatures coming till it was too late.
How exactly do they work?
Making a short joke, Nath.
Oh, there are crystals inside. They're what keeps the glamour going. Should the ether cease to flow through too many of them, our shroud would quickly unravel. It's my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
And an important job it is. But you'll struggle to do it if you're dead. You need to take more care.
Yeah, no arguments there. The truth is, me and Katav usually work together, watching each other's backs like. But when we heard outsiders were coming, we split up to get the job done faster, so things would be perfect for your arrival. Stupid, I know.
So you found him then?
We did.
Not before the local fauna did. My arrival seemed to put them off their dinner.
Alexa.
Mustn't have been hungry after all. Expect you'll be wanting someone to escort you back to the village then, Nasef. Woods are full of nasties today.
When you're next in Haven, be sure to come and see us. You saved my life. It's only right I repay you.
If you insist. Take care now.
I want to have a quick look around here. That goes right around the edge. Okay. Just want to see if I can find any more of these aquamarines. Yeah, I didn't realise they were that big. Nath. Oh, fuck that. That's horrible. Ugh. Just give me the heebie-jeebies. It's like face huggers. Don't like it. Do not like it. One bit.
Come on.
Oh. It's another one. How many was there? 4.
Faster.
Kind of on the lookout for treasure as well.
An old settlement,
Ooh.
we think. It was already long abandoned when my people arrived.
Speak of the devil.
Leviathan drowned it before it could be fully explored.
Just gonna laser beam a crab to death. Don't want to fight that thing. What do we have here? Reflection of light. Wings of light. Enhances Bahamut's iconic feat, Wings of Light, both increasing the speed at which the Mega Flare gauge fills and extending the input window for Mega Flare dodge. That's not bad, but again, I don't know. I don't want to use an accessory slot for it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, not you, Crow. No, don't worry. I won't laser beam you. You're safe. Oh, cheers, Alexa. Let's have a hydrate.
That's better.
Ah, Dankeschön. Nate, have you been up to much else, by the way, dude? Apart from the whole bike thing? All that seafood must make one thirsty. Oh no. More puns! Everyone's full of the puns today. It's a cool little area. You're not going to mess with them. Ah, interesting. The chronolith. I haven't done any of these yet because they're quite hard. Now, can we push this down?
Rest.
Clive doesn't care for ancient walls, apparently.
Come on.
Just been... Oh, wow.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Never seen that many together. Just been riding. Probably could have jumped it, yeah. Probably one at Tailwind Bay, isn't there? I'd imagine. No, not at all. Oh, wait. Can I actually go here? Oh, am I not actually able to go there until there's like a quest thing there? Yeah. Just no appreciation.
Good girl. Yeah.
I'm probably not even going to use any of this aquamarine stuff, but I want to find it. Oh! Look
Safe.
what I see. Get parried, stupid fucking bitch. This is an awkward place to fight. Oh, don't hit that. Oh, there's one. Is it on top of that fucking Archelon? Ageless oil stone? No, it actually is as well. Now I have to kill you. Kind of balls up my my thing there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, see, it's quite good at building that up, but
Like it isn't only Haven's blacksmith that has an appetite for these things.
blasted that fucker. Ninja Toidles, third cousin once removed. I did see a bit of sad news actually. The guy that voiced Splinter in the original show died today, which sucks. Toidles.
Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight.
Yeah, I thought that was sad. I love the OG Turtles show. That was my favourite cartoon as a kid. I'm hoping I can get my nephew into it when he's a bit older. It's pretty much just Bluey at the moment. And Fireman Sam, but like the new Fireman Sam. Alright, we still can't go down here then. Yeah, I saw it just before I started the stream actually. It's very sad. Oh, Give me the item. Was that his name? Peter Renaday. So I can wear him down, Crow. I'm sure. So one up here. I mean, My Hero and Dragon Ball's good as well. Aha.
You deserve a rest.
Right, that's probably it for around here, isn't it? Yeah, Turtles, Thundercats, and Transformers were my favourite cartoons when I was little. There was a show called Tugs as well, which was a bit like Thomas the Tank Engine, which I also really liked. Of course I would.
Bastard things.
The length of the series puts him off. It does for most people. But then, like, I keep saying to people, like, imagine if your favourite thing ever was 1,000 episodes long. You would love it, wouldn't you? He was in Rescuers. US delegate at the Rescue Aid Society meeting. Oh, okay. I'll have to listen to that. See if I can pick his voice out.
Thank you. Nasev told me everything. If you hadn't got there when you did.
Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about.
All that matters is that you're safe. Far be it from me to tell you how to do your jobs, but don't go alone again.
Or if we have to, maybe we should think about casting the glamour on ourselves to keep the wildlife from spotting us. It'd take its toll, of course, but it'd beat letting the cairns fall and having to weave the entire spell from scratch. Imagine if we had to do that.
I'd rather not. Would only succeed in adding 2 new piles of stone to the collection.
Your bearers?
That we are, thank the tides. The others can't attune to the crystals in the cairns the same way we can. I reckon this place would be doomed without us.
So, you do this work for the good of your people? Not because...
We're forced to. No. From what I've heard of the way things work on the outside, we were truly blessed that our rain fell here in Mysidia. Our people are few enough as it is. If we started turning on each other, kin against kin, over nothing but a stupid accident of birth, our days would be numbered.
They would.
The Geordies know what's up.
Anyway, all's well that ends well, eh? Thanks to you, both of us lived to keep this place hidden another day.
Yeah, absolutely, Chewie, yeah. Yeah, Biker Mice from Mars was another good one, actually. That was really good. Some things can be too long, I guess, but like that tends to be more with games. I think with series, as long as they're continuing, like the writing quality is still great, I think they can go on for as long as you want, really. But most don't. That's the problem. Silver penning. As its surface is so time-worn as to render any markings indistinguishable, we may never know when or by whom this ancient silver coin was minted. However, considering that Gil has been in circulation since the advent of the realm's current calendar, the piece is quite possibly over 1,000 winters old. 1,000 winters old. That's a good way of putting it. I want to see what we can make with the like rings we can make with these aquamarines. Alexa, Christ, that's a bit of an obscure joke there.
Reckon my steel's just as good as any.
Serpent's Worth Tsunami. Yeah, see, it's just more cooldown things, isn't it? An ornate ring crafted with an aesthetic unique to the motes of water. It is pitted with a single aquamarine that positively pulses with ethereal energy. Yes, we've got one for... It's just cooldown times, isn't it? This is the problem I have. I don't feel like any of the abilities, or at least the lesser abilities, have any problems with cooldown times. And then the bigger ones, like 8 seconds cooldown for the tsunami, when it's, what, 85? It doesn't really make a difference, does it? What did you think? I take it, Chiaki, you weren't happy with the PS5 Pro reveal then? Need an ageless millet. So might as well make these.
Flawless. There.
I feel like we'll find a couple more, won't we?
Till next time, then.
It's probably some kind of trophy for making all of those. It's so dead on arrival. I feel like it's maybe Sony overreaching a bit. Like, we'll have to wait and see what the actual power of it is. But, like, I want to play discs on it. So I'm going to have to spend 800 quid if I want one. For a machine that's only going to be in date for 4 years until the PS6 comes out. Yeah, I guess so, Chew. That's the thing. This is me moaning, but it's my playstyle that it doesn't really affect. I guess if you're fully maximizing all cooldowns and stuff, yeah, your playstyle would probably it'd probably work much better for some people than for others.
My lord, may I speak? There is a matter with which I would
she's
beg
pretty.
your aid.
Of course, what is it?
Please, not so loud.
Something serious then?
Yes. I think we might have company. I was passing by the low gate when I saw a figure moving among the trees up on the cloak. At first I thought it must have been you or your brother, so I didn't say anything, but the more I think about it, the more certain I am that the figure looked familiar.
Then you're sure it wasn't one of the other villagers?
Positive. I think it was someone from outside the wall who has found his way inside. Of course, it could just be my imagination playing tricks on me. I only caught a fleeting glimpse, and it might have been you or your brother. But if it is who I think it is, we cannot allow him to leave now that he knows we're here. Would you go and see? He won't try to hurt you, believe me. Given what lurks in the forest, the only one likely to get hurt is him.
We'll have a look. Keep seeing lots of, is this PS3 all over again? Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing that came to mind, because that got absolutely rinsed when it first came out, didn't it? Was that $599 or whatever it was for the first, for launch? Which back then was even more money than they're asking for here. Yeah, I mentioned that, Chewy, earlier when I was watching the video. Like, it's... If everyone takes it on board and improves their games around it, then it's a good investment, potentially. Or it's a better investment, I should say. But you're going to have games like... I use the example of Capcom Fighting Game Collection. It doesn't matter. Like, that's going to run perfectly on a PS4. You don't need a PS5 Pro to run that, do you? And then loads of people are just going to play stuff like, you know, COD, FIFA, Minecraft. None of that stuff's going to look any better, really, or run any better than it already does. It's not going to make the most of it, is it? I can kind of justify it a little bit more because I get discount off of one console once a year. and I can sell my current PS5 for probably about 300 quid. So all in, I'd be about probably about 300-ish with the disk drive. I could kind of justify that for like 4 years of use. Not to mention I could sell it after that for a fair amount. But it's such a weird generation. Like at this point, halfway through the generation, we were just about getting the PS4 Pro. And that was what, like 300? Was it 350? I can't remember now. It might have been more than that, but it was like nowhere near as much as this is. It's crazy expensive. Oh, it's not a case of taking care of them, Crow. It's just they're not as strong as people want them to be, I think. Really. Yeah, I think with the older PS4 games and some of the PS5 games, they were talking about them still getting improved to a degree. I think it would just stabilize frame rates in some older games maybe, but yeah, they're not going to necessarily get PS5 Pro upgrades, are they? Well, yeah, Crow, I'll let you know, dude. I still haven't decided if I can justify getting one as it stands. Base PS4 is severely underpowered, so getting a Pro is understandable. Yeah, but it's the CPU that was the main culprit, wasn't it? And that didn't really change in the Pro, so that some of the issues were still there. It's this fascination with resolutions, isn't it? Like 4K is great, but I'd rather have like a much smoother, better frame rate as well as keeping the graphics than have the resolution. But then they got this PlayStation super sampling thing going on as well. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait. We need to wait until people get hands on it and see if it's actually worth it or not. But as it stands, I'm very much on the fence, and it's more leaning to no than yes. It did, but it wasn't a drastically better CPU, was it? Frame rate's king, yeah. Well, I'd like so that you've got like you've got resolution, frame rate, and graphical fidelity. I'd rather have frame rate and graphical fidelity than resolution. If you could only pick two. Yeah, we kind of went into this a bit earlier, Alexa. So obviously this generation we had COVID at the beginning, which fucked up the amount of PS5s and Series X's they could make, which in turn meant less people had them, which meant that they've had to extend games for the PS4 so that they could actually make money from them, because otherwise you've got like an install base of 5 million compared to 120 million or whatever it was. So that's why we've had like PS4 and Xbox One games for much longer than we usually would have. Normally you'd find the old gen consoles were dropped about 2 years into the next gen, but that's only just about starting to drop off now. It's about double the amount of time that they'd normally spend making games for the machines. I think if they like if they ditched the old consoles quicker with the next gen, then there's obviously they're more justified, I guess. But I feel like there's a kind of a change in the gaming industry now, because we're getting all sorts of different, like we're getting I know cloud streaming isn't there yet, but that's definitely on the horizon as an option. And at that point you won't need a machine, it's just going to be updated on the server end. It's a weird, there's a lot of weird stuff going on at the moment with that kind of stuff. That's why you have a good PC, dude. Yeah, true. I just like having the option. I still like playing. I like having the discs, though. You know me.
Very well. Whether the man you saw is who you believe him to be or not, we need to know. It may yet be someone else entirely. Someone who means your people, or my people, harm.
Perhaps. Just promise me that if you do find someone up there...
Don't worry. I won't draw my sword unless I need to.
Thank you.
Yamila, this man you saw, might he be the customer you told me of?
I fear so.
The customer?
I'll explain later. Come on.
I think the Nvidia streaming stuff's quite good, isn't it? From what I understand. I haven't used it, but I keep getting told that that's the best implementation of cloud gaming so far.
If we pick too many of the flowers, there won't be enough.
There's many more aquamarines around here.
Almost time for
Yeah. I think eventually you'll get to the point where cloud gaming's a lot more it's a better prospect than it is currently, because I wouldn't use it myself at the moment. I've got a decent internet connection now as well. You'll never get it as good as native, for example, but if you can get even a bit close to it, it could be good. GeForce Now just plays the games you already own. Point still stands, it runs quite well though, right?
Fly, Ambrosia.
I can adjust to latency depending on how bad it is, but it really depends. Probably going to be an aquamarine on the way up here, isn't there, somewhere? I have to go all the way back.
A bottle. Breath of the arbor. Perfume from Sambrag. Looks expensive, too.
Who's there? Stop!
That almost didn't sound like Clive there.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
I think the best thing, as usual, is just to have as many options as possible.
No! No! Hang on! I'm coming! Don't eat me! I'll give you that rot, I swear!
Stand back. I'll handle
this. Oh, nice. That's actually really good. This is really good for just normal enemies. Wow. Just make a SNES 2 already. Yeah, I mean, that you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. So you should always have an option of physical, ideally, at least for consoles. I know PC's done now, isn't it? But you should have an option for physical, even if it's just a low print run. That should exist. Digital for everything. Like cloud gaming would be good. Something like a GeForce Now would be good as well. Just have as many options as possible to be able to play your games. I think that's the main thing. I know it makes it more expensive potentially, but I'd take a new Sega console, Nath, as well, but I think we're unfortunately long past that. The sad thing is now we've had more time like the amount of time that Sega made consoles for was about what, 16 years? It's been more than 16 years since the last Sega console. Makes me sad. So fucking old.
Are you all right?
I'm more
Same,
than
man.
all right. I'm saved! Oh, I could kiss you!
Maybe you should introduce yourself first.
Buy me dinner.
Hervey! I knew it was you. What are you doing here?
I came to see you. Oh, my little canary, it's been so long.
Thank you for saving him and sparing him.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
Who
Chewie.
is he?
Hervey, one of many clients from my employment beyond the wall.
One of many clients? We spoke every night of our plans together. Whispered songs of love into each other's ears. And then you upped and vanished without so much as a word.
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry, but that we could never be together. That I could never abandon my family. And I told you not to look for me. How did you even find this place, anyway?
The flame of your love was as a beacon in the night that guided me to you.
Shut the fuck up.
Hervey.
I was walking by the coast near Northreach when I saw a lady who looked like you. Eyes like the ocean. Hair like the driven snow. The next moment, she and her companions were jumping in a skiff and sailing out towards the wave. So I, borrowed the nearest boat and started rowing.
Take care, Nate.
Shula bringing us here.
Sleep well, dude.
So what? You rowed, found a nose how many leagues across the bay, simply because you saw a woman with white hair.
And as I did, the skies changed from a dull and hopeless grey to a bright and benevolent blue. That was when I knew for certain that my little canary was close.
Oh, why did you come? You should have forgotten me, as I tried to forget you.
Take a hint, mate.
I cannot leave my people, Hervey. And now that you know about this place, neither can you. We must return to Haven and accept my family's judgment.
I'm to meet your family. Oh, my little canary.
Please, come and see me later. You did as I asked, and you must be rewarded for it. But first, follow me, Hervey.
To the end of the world and beyond.
God, I would be fucking exhausted if someone like this liked me. God. Jesus, just shut the fuck up.
You should never have found this place. How could I be so careless?
Don't blame yourself. I doubt anything could have kept that man away.
Faster!
Like every now and then it's fine, but if you just talked like that all the time, Christ almighty. Just gonna have a look and see if there's any aquamarines up here. Alexa, I saw you said that we did get a Dreamcast, another Sega console, the Xbox, and you're not wrong. That essentially became Dreamcast 2. But it wasn't the same, was it? Not quite the same. Oh yeah, there's that there, isn't there? I guess we'll find out what that's all about later on. Oh.
Straight home now.
Nice. Wait, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
They're on Watch Room 101. It's quite a good show.
All right.
Man, it's a lovely view. Is there one right at the beginning? There is not. Fair enough. Alright, we'll hand this in and we'll do this next main quest.
Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. You two met at the Vale, I take it.
When I worked there, yes. To earn the coin that my people need to survive. Though Mysidia is our sanctuary, there are certain necessities that it cannot provide. And for that reason, some of us seek employment beyond the wall. Yet few are the opportunities for followers of a strange faith in a strange land.
And so you supported your family as best you could?
I did. And I have never regretted it for a moment. I found a second family in the Vale. And in the Dame, a second mother. I also found Hervey. But our love could never be. I knew that if I revealed my secret to him, I would be putting my people in danger.
Yeah,
But that if I did not,
he's been put in the naughty
I would
corner.
be living a lie, unable to return home.
What will happen to him now?
Since our people settled in Mysidia, uninvited visitors have been few and far between, but not unknown. Explorers, survivors of shipwrecks, none lasted long.
I see.
That was before my time, you understand. I've never had to make a decision like this before. Yamila, know that I do not blame you for any of this. It was me who decided to make the trip to shore. Me who exposed our secret. This was my mistake, and I shall bear the responsibility.
Thank you, tributary. I only beg you to remember that Hervey means us no ill will. He's just a fool. A fool who loves me.
I will take that into consideration. But yours is not the only voice I must listen to. The whole family must be consulted, and it may take time for me to arrive at my decision. I hope you understand.
Of course, tributary. However long it takes. Come what may, I thank you, my lord, for bringing us back together.
You just see him like hung from a tree later on in the game. Ageless millet. Though called millet, only a fool would endeavour to consume this ivory sand used primarily for polishing the stone floors of churches and temples. This particular sackful appears to have been affected by a surfeit of ether, which has somehow slowed its... Oh yeah, we've already heard that from one of the other ones, haven't we?
I left Hervey because I couldn't turn my back on my family. And now his life hangs in the balance.
I don't care what happens to me. Now I've found my little canary, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's too full on. Just gonna have to bin him off. Throw him into the sea.
Bastard things.
Bastards! Do those emotes still work? I can't see them on OBS. Like Kiryu Smash, does that work in?
Come on.
Does that work on the Twitch properly? Like the better TVV things, whatever it is, TTVV. They don't work on the OBS chat. Oh, hang on, going the wrong way. BTTV, that's it, isn't it? He swim out on the dolphin's back. Can you imagine what a dolphin in this game would look like? Probably have like
There's
fucking
a large
armor and
gate
shit.
up ahead, and beyond it, a cluster of ancient ruins. The temple, or the Heir of Hours as my people call it, can only be reached by passing through them.
Bye.
The forest is crawling with life, most of it hungry, which is why we make sure this gate stays shut.
And why you carry that impressive-looking axe, I presume.
Noticed her, have you?
What do you call your axe?
The temple is up there.
Don't worry, those cliffs aren't the only way to the top.
A buff dolphin? What would be buff about it though? Would it just have a buff tail? Or buff fins?
Fly, Ambrosia.
There's a few bits off the beaten path up here. Aha!
You deserve a rest.
Oh, I thought Torgal was barking at the aquamarine there. Fuck you, Stone! Stop making noise!
Are these the ruins?
Yes. As far as we can tell, they're part of the same complex as the temple itself.
To think of all the people who must once have lived here.
So we've got like Incan stuff now. It's an interesting mix of different cultures in this game. Oh, okay, we got a curl. Temple curl.
Nice try.
It is, although I can't get up to the 200% damage, it's still better than it was. Wouldn't let me dodge there for some reason.
Too slow.
Ah, you bastard. That should be enough. Give him a chance. He got some pretty good licks in there. I think he wanted a bit more than whiskers, Crow.
Good girl.
Yeah, they've definitely taken some inspiration, haven't they, from some things. Like the guys in Haven seem to be almost like Nordic, I'd say.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Well, it kind of looks like it anyway. This is a Purina-only household, yeah. Oh, Uralic. I've not heard the term Uralic before. Is that like a similar sort of thing? Let's go around the edge here first. More cribs. It's like Clive sighing there. Ah, fucking crabs. Oh. I was gonna say I felt that in the controller before I heard it. It's over here. Is it in that? Oh, for fuck's sake. Can you stop eating shit, please? Welcome back, Mole. Ah, you git. Stop it. Stop it? Around the Ural Mountains in the east. Okay. Yeah, little bastard ate that. Oh, Toggle.
Where would I be without you?
Okay. He is the goodest boy, isn't he?
These remind me of home.
You're from the north, then?
Yes. And no.
I see.
Chest. I see a chest. The Will of Water. This is going to be another cooldown one. Oh, increases damage by 10%. It's not really. It's not for damage though, is it? It's purely to increase the stagger bar, really. Oh, really, Chewy? Can you? I asked. I didn't see if I got an answer earlier. Can you still get that mount, or was it like a limited thing?
Run like the wind.
I like to imagine that because it's their own property, that would never leave the game. Oh, another curl.
This one's easy.
Just give it the run around. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a shame. Oh yeah, no worries, Crow. Let me know when you're going. Yeah, Crow smokes.
See that cave up ahead?
He does.
Whoever lived here carved a flight of stairs into the stone within.
A way to the top.
And whatever it is that awaits us there.
Yeah, surely they can put it in there. Right, so where are we? The Air of Hours. Stranded upon the River of Time's shores does this ancient northern temple lie. Its original purpose forgotten. Oh, this is a solid spot to stop.
There. The temple the time forgot.
Looks cool.
And the Varys inside.
Yes. You can see the spell's path from the nave.
What is it?
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Forgive me, but why build the Vare here?
The spell was originally meant to be cast on Drake's Eye, and this was the only place with an unbroken line of sight.
That looks cool. Chewie, would you recommend getting to the entrance, or should I stop here? Would you say? Like, is this the start of the dungeon, essentially? Like, does this... I suppose because there's no map, this is the dungeon, isn't it? Right, okay. Yeah, I'll take your advice then. I'll stop that there. So I'd rather do the whole thing in one go, really. Technically a two-part dungeon. Yeah, I'd rather do it all in one go. Wow, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good DLC. I really love the area that it's in. And I'm kind of shocked that they put in a new icon ability. I know they've been teasing Leviathan, but I wasn't expecting to get another ability. I was expecting to fight another icon, but not to get another ability, so that's cool. Yeah, what we'll do is next time I'm on, which is I don't know yet, we will finish this off. And then I'll be kind of sad, but Final Fantasy 16 will be done after that.